Hello everybody, this is ZZ1000ZZ bringing you another installment of my solo night challenge of Might Magic 6. As you may notice on my screen, I am currently being attacked even though the game ought to be paused. This is due to a bug I mentioned in a previous video where if you Alt-Tab away from the game then Alt-Tab back, it can apparently resume game time even though you should be in a window. Kind of weird, but not very important. Man, this thing has attacked me like 8 times in a row without hitting. That's kind of bad. Anyway, let's reload from where we were at the end of our last video and resume. Where we're going right now is Freehaven. We are in the Castle Iron Fist zone. We're using a little bit of a trick by going to this upper left-hand corner. If we went north, we would go to Bootleg Bay. If we went west, we'd go to the Mire of the Damned. But by going in the exact corner, we can reach Freehaven. And Freehaven is an important town because it is where I will learn the Expert Merchant skill. That will let me sell and buy stuff much more efficiently. Now, I want to pause a little because as soon as I enter the area, there's going to be combat. And I'm not going to be able to talk too much because I'm going to have to focus on not dying. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how bad it is. And let's go. Whoa. Notice we're appearing right next to a bunch of mages, which have ranged attacks. But because those ranged attacks are projectiles that travel in a straight line, you can dodge a lot of them just by running in a zigzag pattern. And while you're doing it, you can even turn around and fire your own ranged attacks back at them. So get to put out a little damage, maybe kill a couple of them. Wow. Man, managed to get past that group without taking much damage at all. Anyway, we're now at Lord Osric Temper's place. He is the leader of the Knights.
Lord of the West and foremost knight of the realm.
His council quest is, it's really long. I'm just skimming over it real quick. Okay, yeah, he's pretty much the only one of the lords of the region who is actively trying to stop the problem of the demons that have come. And basically he says if you can go find a stronghold and get some information on their patrol patterns so he can better fight them, he will give you his approval in whatever you need at the council. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Cavaliers, though, this is the best quest in the game, I think, because it takes no fighting and very little effort. All you need to do to become a Cavalier is get the approval of a pre-existing one. Yeah, so if you would like to be a nomination of Cavalier, all you have to do is find a person of authority who will give you their approval. So go find the person, talk to them, come back, you become a Cavalier. Cavaliers are the upgrade path for a knight, and what that will do is make me have more health per level. I believe it goes from 4 health per level to 6, so it should be a good hit point buff. No, we don't want to go over here. Okay. Now there's all those mages we didn't kill. I guess we can kill some of them. Why not? But yeah, the Cavalier we have to go talk to is not far at all. It's a weird quest. You might think that you would have to travel far or complete some quest to get the approval of the Cavalier, but nope. You just have to go to an inn that's on this same map, talk to a guy, and then come back and you are a Cavalier. It's a strangely easy quest. Anyway, we will come back to kill more stuff in a bit. That's what this video is going to be about. Today we're just going to continue on like last time, killing lots of stuff. We're not going to worry too much about quests. We are going to do that promotion quest just because it's easy and why not. But otherwise, all we're going to be doing today is killing stuff, I imagine. Oh, and maybe stopping at a shop or two. Training up to expert merchant. But mostly it's killing stuff. We do want to see if we can find the stables in this town. I think it's here. Yeah. The horseshoes that you can find at any stables give you 2 skill points apiece, so you might as well grab them. Now, I think the person who teaches merchant is over this way? Did I get it right? No. Though, I think that person actually was a merchant. It's not the right one. Nope, not there.
Hello.
Not there. Huh. Okay, got stuck by a tree. I looked it up on a map, and it should be south of the center square. Ah, here we are.
Yes.
Paid 2,000 gold, now we are an expert merchant. That'll help a lot. It basically doubles the effect of the merchant skill we already had. And a couple of barrels. Let's see, green liquid for endurance. An empty barrel, that's disappointing. Yellow barrel for accuracy, 1 point. Probably not going to matter because 1 point makes very little difference, but hey. Heal up in the center. Or what would you call it? It's not a town square, but it's the central fountain. Anyway, it heals you for 25 HP, really nice. See if there's anything worth buying. We do want a nice dagger. I think we'll probably buy this, even though it's not quite as good as the one we have. 2d2 plus 3 looks to be the best we can buy right now. 2d3 plus 4. Oh no, we already have one of those. Okay, so. This town, unfortunately, does have terrible prices on everything, so I don't really want to sell a lot of stuff, but these cheap items aren't going to get much better if we wait until we have a better place to sell them at, so let's get rid of a few. Wait, how much are these worth? They're worth 100. I'm not too worried about inventory space, but I do want to clear out a little bit just in case we find some stuff we want to sell. Alright. Yeah, even if we sold these at full value, it would only be like 20 to 30 gold extra per item, so obviously not worth a lot.
Closed.
Huh. Okay. I figured that'd be the armor shop, but I guess not. Here's the armor shop.
Touch the merchandise.
1 electric resistance, that's terrible mod. 1 electric resistance, man. Luck 4, Luck 5, yeah, these are not very good mods. 5 might and endurance is okay, but not very good. Regenerate spell points, if that was hit points, I'd maybe be excited. Now this is interesting, +1 to 7 stats, HP, SP, armor, and resistance. So effectively it's 9 armor, +1 to resistance, +1 HP, +1 to my main stats. Definitely better than this, and yeah, let's go ahead and buy it. It's not great, because 1 point to your stats isn't likely to make much difference. I've talked about in previous videos, but it's all about breakpoints, and this 1 point is not getting us to another one, so it's not really doing much for us now. But it is an extra armor, an extra HP, and an extra point of resistance, and who knows, maybe it'll wind up doing more when we have more items like it. There is another... oh, cool. There's 2 stables in this town. It's the only town with 2. So we get another 4 skill points, 2 per horseshoe, so 4 total. That gives us 12. I'm not sure if I want to upgrade anything just yet. I would like to upgrade repair item. I don't remember where expert trainer for it is, but we'll definitely want that later on. But I'd also like to upgrade one of these armor skills. My problem is I don't know which one I want to upgrade first because it'll probably depend on what items I find. So for now, let's just hang on to those skill points and make our minds later on. Now, yeah, let's go do the promotion quest first. I don't remember if there are any enemies along the way, or if we can avoid them completely just by walking. If not, we can just run past them, which is fine. But yeah, the inn that we need to visit is over this way somewhere. Not here. This fountain is a very dangerous fountain. If you use it, there will be an ambush. A bunch of enemies will spawn around you and try to kill you. Even worse, there will be those peasants walking around outside, and in the process of trying to kill the enemies that spawn, you might accidentally kill one of the peasants. Village of Rockham. Okay. I guess this is supposed to be the village of Rockham that we're in right now, maybe? I don't know. Huh, I just noticed there's a dartboard in the back of this place. I'm pretty sure people of, like, medieval times did not play darts in the modern sense of it. Though I don't know how exactly darts evolved. But I mean, back then I imagine they were more like throwing knives and stuff. Anyway, this guy basically says, you're looking for a nomination to become Cavaliers? Okay, here. You have mine. That he doesn't require you do anything. I'm just looking at. He just basically says, oh, you want to be nominated? Cool, you have mine. It's so weird. I don't know if they intended for there to be more to it or not, but... one interesting issue about taking a nomination now is, while it increases your hit points per level, it also increases the cost of leveling up. So if you're worried about gold, it could actually be better to wait to get your nomination, wait to finish the quest. You can get the nomination whenever you want. But wait to go back and get turn in the quest until after you've gotten your level ups. I don't remember by how much it increases it, but I know it's a notable amount. But right now we have a decent amount of money, and we're not spending a lot of money in this playthrough, so I'm not too worried. Speaking of money, make sure I loot. It said I looted something. I didn't quite catch what it was, if it was like a wooden staff or something else. Anyway, let's just check. Right now we have... Oh, it says there's someone really close. 105 out of 146 HP. It had a red bubble like there was an enemy right next to us, but I don't see one. Weird. Anyway, all of these doors go to the same place. Yay, we're Cavaliers. Yep. And then for this we need to defeat a powerful enemy to prove your ability and determination. The only enemy worthy of this test is a man known only as the Warlord, a dangerous and powerful warrior. He commands a legion of evil knights, normally based on the northeast of Icewind Pass. Defeat him, bring back proof of your victory, and your promotion to champion is assured. So yeah, our total hit points just went up to 200, so that's more than 50 extra HP for that. Plus we got some amount of experience. I don't remember how much we had before. But we can now train to level 13 if we want. which I believe would be 6 more HP per level, so 18 extra HP. Not bad. Oh. There's the guy that was telling me was nearby. Anyway, now that we've done that quest, we can get back to the important part, which is killing everything that we can find. The problem is, even with that, even with a larger HP pool, our current hit points did not increase. We still only have about 100 from having taken damage before, so we would like to heal. Also, 200 hit points is quite a bit, but it is not enough to kill all of the enemies in this area. So what we would like to do is find a way to heal regularly. Of course, we've already been to the fountain in the center of town, but there's another option, which hopefully I found the right place. Over here, yeah, this should be right. Whoa, whoa! I nearly died, but got to a temple where we can heal. Haha. Yeah, that was super close. I didn't think it would be that close, but I must have come in at a bad angle or something. Yeah, these are like the lizardmen that we fought in the last video, in the sense that their attacks are ranged and use armor. Also, two of the tiers can use elemental attacks in place of physical ones. Elemental attacks will not be affected by the shielding mod that causes ranged attacks to deal half damage, but otherwise, this is the other type of enemy that the shielding mod is useful against. As I mentioned before, the shielding mod does not help much because it doesn't work against spells, and most ranged attacks in this game are in fact spells. I'm pretty sure it's only the lizardmen and archer types that we're fighting now. Okay. Better not. Yeah, that is why you don't usually want to stand still in an area with ranged units, because they will all target you, and if you're not moving around, then all you have is your armor or resistances to prevent the damage. Yeah, this is a case where focusing on the weaker units first is definitely a good thing, or good idea, because the Master Archers, and I forget what the other ones are called, I think Fire Archers, have enough HP that I will not kill them in just a couple attacks. It'll probably take 3 or 4. And that's hits, not just attacks. Which means it takes a while to kill them. And any time I spend trying to kill one is time I could be using to kill 2 or 3 of another type. Okay. But yeah, notice how when I'm running around instead of standing still, I take a lot fewer hits. Of course, it also helps that the enemies are spread out more, so they can't all focus me at once like they did when I first got here. Still, moving around a lot tends to be a very helpful strategy against ranged units. And that was what, 6 attacks, I think? 7, 8? I think that was 9 attacks to kill one guy. The other one only died in 1 attack because I had hit it several times before. But yeah, having that temple here makes me a lot more reckless about taking damage. Because as long as I don't die, all I have to do to heal to back up to 200 HP is spend 2 gold. It was green over there, yellow here, which means enemies should be in this direction. I hear a second one. Got hit by it. Okay. And there's still another. Ah, there it is. Okay, it's back to green now. We need what? A little under 6,000 to our next level. I don't know just how much experience I'm actually getting off these enemies, but it should be a decent amount. Oh, one thing that I like about this is there are a few chests in the Overland world, or Overland map, that I might be able to find in the process of killing all these guys. Yeah, I should not stand here and tank these hits, but okay, yeah, I'm definitely not going to. You can see I'm starting to get stun blocked, which is I'm getting hit so often that my character doesn't have time to recover and make his next attack. Every time you get hit, it adds 20 points to your recovery time. Basically, there's like, I don't know what the ratio is, but like every second there's so many ticks of time. And it normally takes, say, 100 points or 100 units of time between attacks, which can be changed by how fast your character is. But every time you get hit, the game will add 20 points to it. So instead of 100, it becomes 120, or if you get hit twice, 140. Point being, if you get hit frequently enough, you can wind up in a situation where you never actually get a turn to attack. Huh. Are there guys above me or something? I'm getting hit by... Oh, they're behind me. That's why I couldn't see them. Okay. But yeah. As long as you don't get hit by a ton of guys at once, the recovery isn't much of an issue. And you can reduce the penalty by increasing your endurance. So that'll help too. But mostly it's just don't get hit by lots of enemies at once. Try to take them on a few at a time. Well, that or have enough armor and or resistances that the enemies which do attack you miss a lot. That works too. Whoa! Okay. I underestimated just how many of them there would be in that direction. Okay. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm just wanting to kill stuff on the Overland map instead of trying to do quests, part of that is because it's just fun to kill stuff. It's nice to take a break from worrying about quests and whatnot. But part of it is that the quests in this map are pretty difficult compared to the quests we've done so far and the quests that we've skipped. There is a quest that's really good to do in this map. At least if you are wanting to do a solo night challenge. It's to go find an artifact called Mordred. Mordred is a dagger that makes it so whenever you deal damage to an enemy with Mordred, you recover 1/5 of that as HP. So it gives you a way to heal when you're making melee attacks without needing to go to a temple, rest, use potions or spells or anything else. It's really, really good in a solo night challenge. Oh, okay. Though, it's actually interesting, in the situation we're at right now, it would not be as effective as you might think. Whoa, let's try not to die. Oh, I'm running the wrong direction. That was bad. I started running in the opposite direction of where I needed to go. It would not be as effective as you might think because it cannot heal you on an attack that kills the enemy. So if you one-shot an enemy with Mordred equipped, you will not heal no matter what. Which is really unfortunate when you're fighting a bunch of these little guys. Because you might one-shot every single one of them and then not heal a single point of damage. I've had a couple situations where I took more net damage fighting weaker enemies than I did stronger enemies. Because against the stronger enemies, I would actually heal a bit, and I still had enough armor or resistances that they weren't really hurting me much. Whereas the weaker enemies were hurting me even less, but I wasn't getting any healing off them. It was not likely to happen, but it can. Whoa! Alright. Might notice over here is an obelisk. I believe this is the 4th obelisk we found? Not 100%. I can't remember if... Yeah, we found the one in Castle Iron Fist, one New Sorpigal, the one in Mist, so this is number 4. I don't remember if there's any chests around here. Doesn't look it. Okay. So, yeah, we can kill some more. I'm a little worried about time in that it might get dark soon. I believe the dungeon for Mordred is to the west a bit. Like, no, wait, over there is not the right one. Sorry, that one is the Tomb of Ithric the Mad, I believe. Supposedly the first Lich. I still don't know if they're supposed to pronounce it Lick or Lich. Sure, let's see. Anyway, according to lore, he was at least believed to be the first Lich to ever exist. And there's a quest to go in there and find... Can't remember if it's like a book or a gem or something. Yeah, Ithric is actually kind of interesting because he doesn't really show up in other games, at least not that I can recall. But he is present in the lore of other games. Dear Lord. Yeah, see that right there was why you should not just stand directly in front of guys and attack them. At least not if you want an easy time of things. I was getting hit so often that even though I could have killed all of those guys one-on-one, no problem, I was just not able to make many attacks and was getting my butt kicked. Anyway, in Heroes of Might Magic 3, it's a different style of game, which is why it has different numbering. This is Might Magic 6, whereas that series is Heroes of Might Magic. That one's a turn-based strategy game. Anyway, in it there's a Lich named Sandro, and he is important for a bunch of the campaigns, a bunch of the events that happen are either caused by him or actually directly carried out by him. You actually play him in at least one campaign, might be more. Anyway, he was once a student of Ithric. Which is something I didn't know for the longest time. And I don't know how they both wound up as Licks. Like, if... supposedly Ithric was a good guy, or at least he was when Sandro was working for him. Or if not a good guy, at least not, like, evil. And he tried to kill Sandro after Sandro betrayed him. And so I'm not sure how they both turned out as licks if they were not friendly or... my understanding is that they weren't both licks when Sandro betrayed him, though that might be mistaken. Yeah, that right there, I don't know if you could see it on my map, but the direction I was going is the Dragoon's Keep where Mordred is kept. I might try hopping in there just to see how bad the enemies are, but I'm pretty sure they will kick our butts badly. Actually, I guess it would be kick our butts bad. Badly being an adverb would mean they're doing a bad job of kicking our butts. Yeah, worrying about grammar while playing video games. Probably not the best. Okay, that's a lot. Ow. Yeah, I'm not worried about those apprentice mages, the red ones. Because as we discussed, or as we discovered and then discussed in other videos, their attacks do use armor. They require a 2-hit roll even though they're magic. And because I have decent armor, that there's a pretty good chance they'll miss. The rest of the mage types will hit automatically. And that means they can stun lock me a lot easier. But the apprentice mages, because so many of their attacks will miss no matter what, it's difficult to get, or for them to stun lock us. But yeah, I hit this thing for 23, 23, 21, 23. 20%, I believe it rounds down every time, so it would have been 4 hit points on each of those attacks is what I would have healed with Mordred. Of course, I would have actually dealt a bit more damage with Mordred because it's better than the daggers I'm using right now, but you get the idea. Anyway, we're going to look in here. I'm pretty sure I'll just retreat very quickly. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I definitely don't want to fight these guys. I think I hear rats, too, which I'm not worried about. Hey, yeah. 1 veteran is probably enough to wreck us. Like, we've hit it for 50 plus damage, and look at how much hit points it has. It probably has... Like, if I had to guess, I'd guess like 250 to 300 on that one guy. And see how they're hitting us? Yeah, there's no chance that we can beat them. But we might as well hop in here, hop back. Notice how those guys changed their location. That is one useful thing you can do with leaving and exiting areas. Whenever you re-enter a zone, all enemies in that zone go back to their starting position and starting hit points. So unfortunately, it does mean all the enemies healed, but fortunately, it also meant they all moved back to where they were initially, which, with how much they had spread out, meant it was much easier to find them to kill them. Anyway, what time is it outside? Yeah, it's 7 p.m., so it's getting close to dark. Ooh, we have enough experience to train to level 14 already. That's not bad. I think on the next in-game day, we'll look and see where we can travel. If we can go back to New Sorpagal or Castle Ironfist, we will. Because there are quests that we skipped, and I feel a lot more comfortable taking them on now. And I would really, really like to clear out that abandoned Temple of Baal that we ran away from several videos ago. Because I'm still sore about the fact that we had so much trouble against the weak enemies of that dungeon. But then also there's there's another Temple of Baal in Castle Ironfist that we want to go to and clear out. It's an interesting dungeon, a pretty big one, and the individual enemies aren't too tough, but the design and the sheer number of enemies in it can be pretty difficult. Anyway, I think there's probably a couple chests we could get to right now, but I don't know where they are, and I'm not going to worry about them too much. Let's see, how much of the map have we cleared out? Let's go to the bottom left corner, make sure there's nothing over there. And then we'll probably go back to the bottom right corner, that way we can clear out the path we took to get to Castle Iron Fist in case we ever want to take it again. And I think that's all I'm really worried about doing during the day today. Yeah, there's the dungeon. I'm not sure if there's any more enemies left in this direction or not. Turned yellow, so yes there are. Cool. Doesn't look like there's a lot though, so we'll just stand toe to toe with this guy and take him on. I hear more though. Corpses, money. Yeah, we got a staff from one corpse. Oh, there's actually a decent number left. Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like one attack is not enough to kill the highest tier of these, the blue ones, that are just called mages. But it does appear to be enough to kill any other tier. Oh! Okay, well. There are apparently more of them than I expected. But as before, try to separate them out, spread out, move around a bit, and a seemingly difficult battle can suddenly become quite easy. Well, I don't know if I'd call this quite easy, but a lot easier than it was seeming when we first went over the hill, and there were a ton of them. I sold. Okay. Ah. Now, one problem with moving around a lot is it can be kind of easy to lose track of where you are, where other things are, stuff like that. Still. Fortunately, your characters always know which direction to aim with the bow. That's always nice. Well, as long as the enemy is in front of you, not to the side or behind. Yeah, it's getting too dark for me to see much. So, we could rest outside, but I think I would rather rest indoors. Well, at an inn. And we could go inside the dungeon and try to rest, but I don't think that would work out. Well, actually, no. There's enemies too close to the entrance, so it wouldn't let us at all. But yeah, there's still quite a few enemies left on the overland map. I don't think we're going to clear them all out today. We've made a good... or we've taken out a good chunk of them. Sure. Can jump here. I don't remember where inns are. I could sleep outside. Maybe I should. Yeah, it's so dark I can't really see very well to see in the distance to look for an inn. I think there should be an inn right around here, but if so, that's a mage place, I believe. Yeah, I'm probably running right past it, but you can't really see the signage of anything very well when it's this dark, so... Do those signs actually say anything? No, I don't think so. I think they're just decorative. Oh, here's a coach place.
Closed.
Oh, another armor place.
Closed.
Yeah. Oh, here's the inn. Cool, we found it. Dear Lord, you want 69 gold, even with expert merchant? Forget that. Yeah, I guess we are resting outside. Sheesh. I mean, I know we don't really need the gold, but dang, that's a lot. Yeah, that is the problem of this town. It's supposed to be like a merchant capital of the area, so all the prices are jacked way up. Huh. No, that was the coach place, so yeah.
Closed.
Oh, what time is it? Okay, yeah. 5:59, and it's open.
Finest armor in the land.
Poison resistance, accuracy, armor, accuracy, nah. Personality, endurance. Now that's actually pretty decent. It's not on very high tier armor. Notice this is 6 armor, this is 16, and this is 10. They're all types of leather armor. So that plus 5 armor really only makes 11 armor plus 15 endurance. This is 16 armor plus 12 endurance. So this is probably just better. Intellect. I don't intend to buy either because neither's that good. Those were some decent mods, but nothing I was really interested in. Ooh. Is this better than the bow we have? No, I think this is the bow we found. Or did we find an open? Or precision. 5d2 plus 6 is the best we can have. Oh, yeah.
Well, looking for a weapon?
Awesome. This is really nice. It's plus 2 damage, plus 2 chance to hit on all of our ranged attacks now. Definitely happy with that upgrade. And, yeah. Let's go ahead and check the coach place.
Need a ride?
No, I don't want to go to Blackshire. There are werewolves there. There is the second stables. I still don't know what to call these things, but whatever. No, wait, they're not open till like 8 or 10. The mage place is open, or wind up opening later than the armor and weapon places. That was the training place we just passed. We don't want to train. Silver Cove is a decent place. There's a lot of good things we could do there, including getting a quest that all it really involves us doing is traveling from one location to another. But it also involves some really difficult enemies, at least for us. And I would rather not go there just yet. The reason I say at least for us is there's a type of enemy there called a gargoyle. And back to Mist? No. Okay, doesn't look like there's any good places to travel quickly, so we'll probably go back. I was not in the water. Why did I take damage from that? Like, I jumped off the pier and took damage. Game is smoking crack, I tell you. Anyway, the highest tier of gargoyle, I think the diamond gargoyle, is immune to all physical damage. So to kill it, we would have to use magical damage. Of course, being knights, that's not easy to do. I'm going to stop in the council place just to show. These are representatives for each lord in the area. If we get the approval of the lord, they will let us see the oracle. The oracle being a person who is supposed to give us guidance on what to do. But yeah. I'm trying to remember what this is. Yeah. This guy will not actually give you his approval, even if Lord Humphrey does. I won't go into it just yet because there's some spoilers involved. But basically, he doesn't like you, and you have to go do extra work to get get approval from Humphrey. Or I guess get Humphrey's approval to count. Yay! Whee! Whoa, no, I do not want to travel to Bootleg Bay. Yeah, these were the mages we ran into when we first got to Freehaven. If we clear them out, then the next, if we ever walk from Castle Iron Fist back, they will not be in our way. I'm not sure we'll ever actually walk back. We'll probably take the coach service or come from a different area, but we might. And more importantly, they're in our way, so of course we're going to kill them. Now actually, it said we could travel to Bootleg Bay by going south. That is not a terrible idea. Right now, Bootleg Bay does... Well, actually, Bootleg Bay does have a few quests we could do, but it has one quest that we want to do. It's another promotion quest. This one for mages. Wait, actually, I don't think those were the guys we fought when we came in. I think these were a different set, weren't they? Because we're north of the castle, not south of it like we were before. Ooh, cool. That means there's more mages to kill. Always fun to kill squishy guys. They're nice and easy. Yeah, this is where the ones we first encountered were. Nice. But there's a promotion quest for mages, which requires you drink from the Fountain of Magic. And that fountain is really easy to get to. It's just sitting out in the middle of the main area. So we could go over to Bootleg Bay and drink from that. The problem is there's a few other quests we can do in Bootleg Bay that we want to be a higher level for. So we could go over to Bootleg Bay now and do that one quest. Or we could wait till later when we could do several quests. Oh, okay. Taking a decent amount of damage now. I'm not sure. Another place we could go is the Mire of the Damned, but that seems like a really bad idea. We would get to the Mire of the Damned by going south instead of east. As you might guess by the name, it has a lot of undead. And while I don't hate it as much as some people do, it is definitely not the easiest of places. And there aren't really many quests we can do that we care about right now. Actually, I don't think there's any quests we could do right now that... There is a quest that we really want to do later on because we'll need it for learning Master Axe. But there's no way we can do it right now. Partially because we don't have the stats, and partially I think we might have to complete a different quest first. I can't remember. Okay. There you are. Yeah, we're pretty close to dead. What, with only 9 HP? Our hit points are above 0, and that is all that matters. Alright. Yeah, Mire of the Damned is that way. I'd rather not walk back to Castle Iron Fist, but it may be our best bet. That or we could go north. No, let's just go back to Castle Iron Fist. We can sell some of our stuff there. We'll get a little bit better deals. Plus, we can take on the, what is it? Temple above? Not sure. Anyway, yeah. So today's video is basically just visiting Freehaven, running around a little bit, then going right back where we were. Fire of the Dam, so it should be what? Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it was nice for me to have a video where all I'm doing is killing stuff. Granted, that is pretty much what the last video was. But no, oh, yep, there it is. No pressure, no requirements, no quests, no running in fear for my life, even though I did come close to dying a couple times. I'd say all in all, this was a good video. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. I'll see you when I see you.